Hi, Dr. Joe Spoo, the Gun Dog Doc with your Eukanuba Duck Dog Tip. We're at the first week in November here in South Dakota, and we had a wicked cold snap come through. You can see on the lake behind me, which is a pretty good sized lake, that we got ice forming on the shores. The small stuff on the drive up this morning was all frozen. The migration is kind of here in a big full swing. There's a flock of snow geese just over the hill behind me feeding right now. And there's a lot of birds in the area, and so it's a time of year that we all get excited. We get a little bit anxious because our season up here appears to be ending about a month early, and so we want to get out. And the thing that scares me more than about anything else, even probably a little bit more than heat in the early season, is ice this time of year, and people getting a little bit overzealous with these late season birds or these migrating birds and hunting dogs around ice. And I would caution you to be very, very cautious breaking ice or hunting dogs on the edge of open water. We see it every year, unfortunately, where somebody drops a bird out on the ice or are near the edge of the ice, and either the dog breaks through, retrieving on top of that thin ice, or if the duck is on the edge of the ice and dives under, the dog goes under and gets trapped under the ice. That happens every year, unfortunately. In some years, we also end up with humans having the same thing happen. They panic when their dog goes through the ice, they try to go save them, and they end up in the same scenario. And so my advice, don't hunt your dog close to ice. Don't hunt it around ice. If you're breaking ice to get into some of these spots, I would keep your dog either tethered, leashed, or perhaps just leave them at home. It's a totally different discussion than hypothermia. I have no problems with these dogs that are conditioned hunting in these conditions, in these cold water. You know, we're well below zero with the wind chill. It was 3 degrees when I woke up. I have no problem with most of these dogs hunting in those type of conditions if they're bred for it. So your labs, your chessies, your goldens, curlies, your flatties, just not, you know, dogs like Lily, my cocker. If the dog's bred for it, conditioned for it, you know, and we can talk about hypothermia in another tip segment. It's a whole different discussion. I don't get as worried about that as I do with these dogs getting trapped under ice. So this time of year, be very conscious of your setup, be conscious of where you're dropping birds, and be aware of the conditions that you're getting your hunting buddy into.